Alright, what's good with it, whores? This is your boy Jaginoff, and I'm sorry for the delay on this, but finally now I can bring you guys the Q&A video, man. And I got a lot of good questions. I thank you guys for the good response, fast response to them. So, without further ado, let's get into this shit. Let's answer some of your questions. My man Jonas asks, how much do you love Denard Robinson? Let's put it this way. I love Denard Robinson about as much as I love smashing my dick with a fucking sledgehammer. The guy is fucking horrible. I really hope that bitch ain't on this team next year. And as we would say, Jonas, Denard Robinson sucks. Duval Spider-Man asks, do I need to get laid, man? I would say you do, sir. Because, you have the... Well, let's be honest, we all need to get laid. Shit, I need to get laid. But, yes, you do need to get laid, sir. Hopefully you do. I support you 100% with that. Ashgan, Ash6 asks, am I sub to you? I would assume you are, especially since you won my fucking trivia and have my shirt, so I would assume you would be subbed to me. But, and by the way, I'm so disappointed with everybody in the Hangout still that they let this motherfucker, who's a Raid fan, get my goddamn shirt. Antonio Miranda asks, well, he doesn't really ask, he just says, Raiders rant, Raiders made you famous, best rant, go Raiders. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. This asshole. My buddy Seth Engel asks, so if you're a Jags fan, why do you have a Ravens poster behind your wall? Well, Seth, as I've explained before, right now I live with my ex until I can get shit right, so we can both move on and go our separate ways, and I live in our basement. But before, when we were together, she's a Ravens fan, and I live in Baltimore. So some of this shit is, so yes, there is some Ravens shit in my house, but trust and believe, I like and respect the Ravens actually, but a lot of their fans made me hate that fucking team. But through and through, no matter what, I'm Duval till I fucking die, and I don't think there's any question about that. So that's my response to that. Dark the Wolf asks, what baseball team do you like to enjoy? Well, even though I haven't been enjoying them so much, the Baltimore Orioles are actually my favorite baseball team. I love the Orioles. But also, too, after going to Chicago and the atmosphere there and watching that team play, I really Orioles team's my AL team and they come first, but my NL team and they come second is the Chicago Cubs. And it was really cool to see them win the World Series this year. Game 7 of the World Series, probably the greatest baseball game I've ever seen in my entire life. And I know some people are going to be like, how can you say that with all the games in history? I'm like, dude, watch that fucking game from start to finish. It's one of the few baseball games I've ever seen in my life that had you on the edge of your fucking seat from start to finish. That game was absolutely incredible. On both ends, too. For Cleveland, when Rajay Davis hit that home run, it was like, holy shit. But I am happy the Cubs did hold on for the win and get their first World Series win in 108 years. So that was really cool to see. And but yeah, the Orioles are my favorite team. But coming in second, I got a lot of love and respect for the Chicago Cubs. Harry Lewis asks, do you think if we bring the right players, we are a playoff team? I'm assuming you're talking about the Jags, but you know what, man? I really thought we were a fucking playoff team last year. I think the talent is there. I don't think talent really is an issue. It's got to get put together right. The fucking coaching obviously was horrible last year, and Blake Bortles had his struggles. The defense couldn't hold on to fucking leads late in the game. It was a lot of little dumb things that we found a way to lose games. That was what really frustrated me the most about this season. So I do think we need to bring in like some vet free agents for our offensive line and draft really well. But truthfully, even now, I think we're a playoff team if it all comes together, right? XS1 Alpha 1SX asks, how do you think the Jags will play next season? What are some of your favorite players in the draft? How I think they'll play next season, like, honestly, dude, I just want a winning season. I don't even give a fuck if we go to the, well, I do give a fuck if we go to the playoffs, but really, I'd like to see like 8-8 or better at least, just to not be such a shitty team. Like, we've suffered for 6 fucking years without a better than 8-8 record. I mean, it's time, man. I'm ready for this shit to be over, so hopefully we get us there. And some of my favorite players in the draft, my favorite player in the draft is fucking Leonard Fournette. I really want him. And, what you call it? I like Dalvin Cook as well. Jamal Adams and Jabril Peppers are pretty beast. Even though I don't want the Jags to draft him, I do like Jonathan Allen. But I think that would be a waste right now with the way our D-line is. That was probably one of our strongest units. And, let's see, who else? Even though I don't want another quarterback, Deshaun Watson's pretty fucking beast. So, yeah, we'll see. Scroll down a little bit. Speaking of Leonard Fournette, Banking 904 asks, do you think Leonard Fournette is a safe draft pick? And do you think Leonard Fournette is a safe first round pick considering we have T.J. Yeldon and Ivory, and he wasn't very consistent in college? Yeah, he is. He's the best running. I mean, he's the best running back in this draft, I think. And Tom Coughlin finds a way to use big backs to his advantage. There was an article that came out about that recently. So I would say yeah. He's a safe. I'm pretty much done with T.J. Yeldon, but I still would like to see Ivory get some touches and hope that he would maybe get back to form. But I still think the biggest things we need to do this all season, get this offensive line right, and yeah, draft Leonard Fournette, even if it is reaching. A lot of questions about running backs in the draft. Brendan Ford asks, should we trade Yeldon or Ivory and draft Leonard Fournette or Cook? I don't know if you could really necessarily trade Ivory or Yeldon. I mean, depending on what we would get, I'd be on board with a trade with either one of them. But either way, I would be very happy with Leonard Fournette or Dalvin Cook. And this coming from a Gators fan, I can't stand fucking Florida State, but Dalvin Cook was a fucking monster as well. He tore, I remember the Florida State-Florida game, he tore the Gators a new ass. So, I'm not a FSU fan, but you know what? I'm a Jags fan first, and I would love to see him in teal. But man, second is my world. I gotta get to you in a little bit. This motherfucker asked 5 questions. God damn. I'll just go in order. What do you think you would do exactly if the Jaguars win a Super Bowl someday? Well, I'd probably cry. I'd probably get naked, jump on the hood of my car, be drunk as fuck, and do like a happy dance and fling my cock around for the world to see, because I'd be that happy. It would be a celebration beyond belief. If we were to meet someday, what do you think would be a good place for us to get lit and look for chicks? Bruh. Well, you could start at the bar. You could start at the bar, dude. So, because that's obviously they serve alcoholic beverages, so that's where you would get lit. And I don't know, if you find a girl drunk enough to tear your ass, let you get in their ass, I mean, go for it, dude. But you got to put the work in. And I hate to tell you, bro, but I'm actually kind of involved right now, so I can't really speak too much on this, but I'd be your wingman at least. I would help you out to get some ass. Third question: if you have the chance to punch one person in the face, who would it be and why? It can be anybody. It's interesting. Let's see. Who would I punch in the face? I mean, it's like a lot of people I could think of. Oh, you know what? I'd punch Shad Khan in his fucking face for ruining my goddamn team. Just because I can't really think of anybody else right now, but I think that little Saddam Hussein handlebar mustached motherfucker deserves a nice punch to the face. Question 4. What do you really like to watch in the TTC besides... what people do I like to watch in the TTC besides Desert Eagle 90? You know, I don't really fuck with TTC. Like, I've heard about it, but like, I like having my own shit with them. But you know, obviously I know Nick Fargo, Raider Ben. He's a special case. Chilla Gorilla's funny as shit. Bruce Blitz is pretty cool. Bruce Blitz, his shit's pretty cool. I don't know if Obey My Curls is in there, but yeah, she's alright. He's pretty cool. Nick Fargo, of course. I don't know. I can't really think of too many other people in there because I don't really fuck with TTC like that. But last question. What is one U.S. state you would never ever want to go to and why? Just for the simple fact that I drove through there. Fucking Indiana. When I drove to Chicago, I drove through Indiana, and start to finish, the whole state smells like fucking horse shit, and there's really nothing there. So, yeah, I'd rather not go to Indiana. Okay, Ride or Die Raider asks, minus the Patriots, because everybody hates the fucking Patriots, what team can't you stand? Well, obviously I can't stand the Titans, Colts, or Texans. But apart from them, probably the fucking New York Giants. To be honest with you, like, I can't stand Eli Manning. I hated him ever since he got drafted because he bitched about being drafted by the Chargers, and he's a fucking pussy and fucking sucks. And Odell Beckham Jr., a.k.a. Odella Buttercup Jr., is a fucking flaming queer, and I can't stand him. I don't like anything about him. Pop Tart Boy asks, who is your favorite Jags player? Well, obviously I'm very impartial to Allen Hurns because I see him every year, and I talk to his mom a little bit. But besides him, I really love Yannick Ngakoue. Yannick Ngakoue is a fucking monster and probably the most underrated, the person who's least talked about in the league that deserves it. Like, Yannick's a fucking beast. I love Yannick. Cario Ripper asks, Jaginoff, what do you think should be the Jaguars' first round pick this year? I'd say Cook. It would be an electric provided the O-line. Provided they upgrade the O-line. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'd be fucking happy with Cook or Fournette, or even Jamal Adams if we want to go in the direction of safety because we need a strong safety. So, yeah, I would either Cook or Fournette. I'd be very happy with. I'm the boss. Dank Memes asks, can I get a sub? If I'm not subbed to you already, I will for sure, man. Do I watch dank memes? I don't know what dank memes are, but if they're on your channel, I'll be sure to check them out. What makes you a Jaguars fan? This is another question. I'm not sure how to answer that. What makes me a Jaguars fan? I mean, I've been a Jags fan my whole fucking life. I love the team. They're fucking a big part of me. They're tattooed. The logo's tattooed on my fucking arm. So like, I've been a ride or die Jags fan since the team existed. So I guess that's what makes me a Jags fan. And what is your favorite gaming series? Mortal Kombat for sure. I love Mortal Kombat. The fucking everywhere from all the way back to the Genesis days with the first Mortal Kombat all the way up to Mortal Kombat X. Like, they continue to make that shit like beast as fuck every time they put a game out. And yeah, man, that's my favorite gaming series for sure. You're a Jew said. Yes, the guy's name is You're a Jew. My friend said Garbage Time is a god and Roast Team. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, buddy. He also asked, "You play Madden?" Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have Madden. I haven't had, like, cause I've been working so much. I haven't had a whole lot of time for video games, but I do fuck with Madden for sure. Crazy Dog 99 asks, "Who is one player you want the Jags to target in free agency?" TJ Lang from the Packers. Guy's a beast. We need a fucking guard, and I think he would fit in perfect. So, above everybody, I think that is definitely somebody we need to target in free agency, or at least get the next best thing. Replace fucking guard and right tackle, because we had a revolving door at left guard, and yeah, Jeremy Parnell's a piece of shit. We need a different right tackle for sure. Johnny is whack ass. Respects from Meso. I don't know what the first word is. It's somewhere in Ontario, Canada. Been a Jags fan since 2011. Where do you live? How come you chose Jacksonville as your team? Plenty of good times by football nuts. Question: I get plenty of times by football nuts. Oh, okay. Well, I live in Baltimore, Maryland. Once all this shit gets settled with my ex, I'm gonna move to Jacksonville. And I answered this in my first Q&A video. I'll leave a link down in the description box for you. But basically, to call it short, to tell a short story, I grew up in a household with a bunch of different fan bases. Like my brothers, and my father both had different teams. All three had different teams. And when I was old enough to understand football, the Jags first came out, and I watched them play, liked the way they play, and I said, "Fuck you guys, I'm a Jags fan. I'm not siding with any of you." Steel Jackson asks, "What is your favorite Jaguars team?" I know most people would say the '99 season, but one I really remember the most because it was actually the year I graduated high school. Well, it was the year after I graduated high school. Was the fucking 2007 team. Like, everything about that team was amazing. Like, I loved how we played. You know, Fred Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew were beasting out. Henderson and Stroud were fucking killing everybody. We had big ass receivers. Like, everything about that was just amazing, dude. Like, I couldn't. Yeah, it was a really fucking awesome time to be a Jags fan. I miss those days. I hope we get them back soon, which I think we will, but might take time. Owen Hurl asks, "What is your favorite Jaguars moment?" Favorite Jaguars moment? There's a lot of them. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of one I've actually... This past year, my favorite moment was when I was in Chicago and Aurelius Ben caught that fucking touchdown to beat the Bears. Like, that was one that I've actually got to be at. You know what? I'd say that fucking Hail Mary to beat the Texans. Like, that was really fucking cool. Or the time back in, might have been 2008? Or no, 2010 when Josh Scobie kicked a game-winning field goal to beat the Colts at home and pretty much revived our season. I don't know. There's a lot of good fucking moments. Or you know what? You know what it is? I'd say it's when David Garrard, when we were playing the Steelers in the wild card game in 2007, when David Garrard busted that fucking run on 4th down, and that led us to beat the Steelers. Man, and goddamn, that fucking team, to get back to that fucking team was just the shit. I wish that 15-1 Patriots team would have been a different year, because we would have beat the fucking Giants, and we almost beat the Patriots too. But that should have been our year for real. Llama Jags fan asks, tits or ass? Ass for sure. You can't fuck titties. Well, I guess you could, but there's no hole you can penetrate. I love ass. Like, ass is an amazing thing. Like, I say all the time, I like girls to sit on my face, so I love ass. Eagle Speed asks, dream car, question mark. My dream car, I love classics. Like, I love classic old school cars. Like, that's my shit. So, one car I'm really, like, in love with and really want to have one day is an old-ass El Camino, completely repainted, teal by the way, and put chrome rims on it, have a engine that's just succulent as fuck and makes you bust a nut every time you hear it. I just want one of them. I want an old classic completely redone, like a cold classic El Camino completely redone. Maybe one day I'll get it, but I don't know. Alfredo Zenjejas has 2 questions. How can we get Miles Jack on the field full time, and how can the Jaguars use Dante Fowler to his full potential? Well, getting Miles Jack on the field full time is pretty simple. Put him on the fucking field. Stop worrying about what fucking Dan Scuda and all this other bullshit. Let the guy play. The guy is a fucking beast linebacker, and he was really held back. And Dante Fowler, I've said this before, I think we need to switch to a 3-4 defense because we have better personnel for it. I think he would really thrive in that. If not going to a 3-4, I think we need to stand him up and let him rush, because he's more effective standing up than coming from a 3-point stance. But I think Fowler's got potential. Like, he showed glimpses of it last year, but I think that's the kind of shit we need to do to get him to be his full potential. Yep, that is it actually. So thank you to everybody who asked questions, and maybe we'll do this again someday. Until next time, this is your boy Jaginoff, and I'm out. Peace.